Hello Hawks and Herons. Today we're going to look at translating points and shapes on a coordinates grid, which basically means moving one point, following instructions and moving that point somewhere else. So translating means seeing where the point is, following instructions to move it somewhere else. And that's what we're going to do today. Cool. So how can I move this blue shape so that it sits perfectly on the red shape, so it sits perfectly on the green shape, or how it sits perfectly on the yellow shape? I need to see how to do that. So that's what we're looking at today. We are looking at translating the shape here to a new location. So in order to move this blue shape to the where the red one is, I need to move it up. But move it up how many? So let's count how far I need to move it. That's 1 unit square up. That's 2 unit squares up. That's 3 unit squares up. And that's 4 unit squares up. So to move it to the red shape, I need to move it, translate it, because that's what this word means. Move means, translate means move. I need to move it 4 unit squares up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's where the red shape is. In order to get to the green shape, I need to move it this way. I need to move it to the left. This is a big thing in this lesson. If you don't know your left and right, now is the time to learn it. I always know by thinking about which hand I write with. So if you know you write with your right or your left hand, I always imagine holding a pencil in my hand or a pen and holding it. And whichever hand I go to hold the pencil with, that's the one that is my right hand. Or if you're a lefty, it's your left hand. People have lots of different tips and tricks, but knowing your left from your right is really important in this lesson. So to get to the green shape, I move it 1, 2, 3, 4 unit squares to the left. 4 unit squares to the left. Now, how do I get it to the yellow? I can't just say go diagonal. What I've got to do is I've kind of got to do an L track and move it first of all down. So it needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4 unit squares down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 unit squares to the right. Okay. For this one, you can have a go yourself if you want. As you can see, we've got question 1, 2, 3, 4, and believe it or not, that is a 5. And you've got to tell me the translation, the movement from the cathedral to the ancient ruins, from the palace to the ancient ruins, from the palace to the museum, the cathedral to the palace, and the museum to the ancient ruins. So I'm going to start this, but if you would like to pause the video and have a go yourself, that is absolutely fine if you think you've got it. If not, you can do it with me. Okay, so from the cathedral, from the key, I can see that the cathedral is C. And I can see that I need to get to the ancient ruins, which is A, which means I'm traveling from here and I'm going to here. Now I can see that the translation is going to the right, and it's going to the right in 2 units. So from the cathedral to the ancient ruins, it is a translation of 2 units to the right. Perfect. Now next I'm going from the palace to the ancient ruins. So I can see that I'm going in this direction, and that is 1 unit up. So the palace to the ancient ruins is 1 unit up. Okay, now I'm going from the palace to the museum. From my key, the palace is P and the M is the museum. So I'm going this way now. The palace to the museum is 1 unit. I can see that jump already. It is 1 unit, and it is going to the left. I'm going from palace to museum. I'm traveling this way, and that's left. Okay, and now I'm going from the cathedral to the palace. So, I can make a decision. I could either go this way or I could go this way. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to go this way. So it's 1, I've got to get 1 unit down. So it's 1 unit. I'm just going to put U for unit, otherwise I'll be writing here for ages. And it is 1 unit down. Just doing a bit of shorthand there, it's going down. And then it is 1, 2 units, 2 units to the left. Okay, and now the museum to the ancient ruins is 1 unit to the left, 1 unit to the left, and it is 1 unit up. Okay, makes sense? Translations get you to move a shape to a different location. It's not just about seeing how to get from one point to another. Sometimes translation is about moving a shape somewhere else. So, show where the block ends up after each translation is finished. Okay, so A moves up by 3 units. So, if it's moving up by 3 units, it's going to go 1, 2, 3. So that's where it ends up at the end of that translation. It ends up on top. Now it wants us to move to the right by 4. Okay, so let's reset it back to its original position. And we're going to move to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where it ends up after the translation of 4. And C says move to the left by 2 units. Okay. So moving it to the left by 2 units, 1, 2. And that's where it ends up after translation C. Sometimes translations get you to do them in order. So if I was doing these in order, one straight after the other, it might give me a list of instructions to move a shape. So this would move up, 1, 2, 3. It would go to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to the left 2, 1, 2. So if I did them all in order together, that is where my shape would end up. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Here is some for you to have a go at yourself now. They want you to describe the movement, describe the translation from point A, from here, to point B. A translation of blank units to the right. How much do you have to move to the right? And then units upwards. How far do you have to go from up? From point B to C, D to A, D to B, and point A translates, it's giving you instructions, so it wants you now to move A. All right, have a go. Okay, here is another one for you. It shows you where this shape A ends up at the end of each translation. It's done question A for you by moving it up 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So this is the original shape here. You need to move it in these instructions, each time resetting back in the original place, and show it all on the same grid. Remember, all these worksheets will be on Purple Mash for you to print or download and edit on top of. Okay, are you ready for the answers for those 2 questions? Here are the answers to the first set of questions. Pause me so you can mark your work. And here are the answers to the other one. After each translation, that is where the shape ended up. Okay, here is a mind workout for you, something to get your brains thinking if you would like a challenge. So pause now so you can carry on doing it. Oh, let me move my mouse. And here's another one you can do as well. Okay, brilliant. Bye.